Boom. All right. Next we got Corey.
Zach,
What's up, man? You've been a busy dude.
dude, you have no idea. Well, you actually probably do. It's been crazy, man. That's why I'm actually on here. My question tonight is I want to talk to you about how to, time management, things like that. Cause, I left my 9 to 5 grind a little while back. So I'm wholesaling all the time now. And it's become almost like a 24/7 thing. I've got calls and texts from when I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and until I go to bed in the evening. And it's
Yep.
just nonstop. So, and I'm trying to figure out a system on how to, best manage my time here, because between cold calling, going on appointments, following up with leads and all that stuff, I feel like, I could be spending my time more wisely and kind of block things out, because I don't like to start dialing until, afternoon. I don't want to cold call somebody at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I get
So
it.
sometime, and, during that early morning, I don't have any appointments, but it's also too early to follow up. So I usually spend that time, building lists and things like that. So I'm just trying to figure out a way to, best manage my time and, make the best use of what I do have time wise right now. Cause
Yeah.
it's just been crazy. I got 5 deals going right now. It's 24/7.
I get it, man. So 5 deals going on, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah. I
Your market.
closed one next Friday, another one the Monday after that. And then the other 3 are towards the end of May. I closed one last Friday and one on last Monday.
Okay.
And I got a crazy story to share with you about one of the deals that's closing the 17th of next month after you answer my question. It's like the stars aligned on that deal in a way that I don't think I could probably ever recreate.
You say that now, man.
It's
You
just
say that
wild, but
now.
I'll share it with you once you answer my question. You'll
Yeah.
probably be pretty surprised as well.
So here's the truth, man. So you get to the point where you're doing enough deals where you need to start hiring people out. Like,
Yeah.
dude, if I did all this stuff myself, I'd be drowning. Okay, I'd be working 120 hours a week. I'd have
Yeah.
no time for anything, man. Like, I wouldn't be able to go live here, right?
Yeah.
So, how do I do it? Delegation, right? So the
Right.
first thing, there's a order of delegation you got to do. The first one is going to be marketing. So, first one is going to be cold calling, right?
Right.
And then any texting you're doing, and then if you can find someone to drive for dollars for you,
Okay.
then we kind of get marketing out of the way, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Next thing you got to do.
I had 2 people driving for me originally. That didn't really work out. So I thought about getting some more people.
Yeah.
And I had a VA calling for a while, but she wasn't producing the results that I was getting, just by myself. So
Welcome to the
I
club,
really-
Corey.
I need
Employees are going to be 70 to 80% of your skill set at best.
man. And it's kind of hard too for me to, hire and automate some of my methods because, I'm not going to use the official term, but a method that I've implemented that's working really well for me right now is
I know you're talking about, Corey.
the pasta method.
I'm not getting into that because I'm not getting entangled in anything crazy stuff right now.
Yeah. So
I will literally give you no comments on this.
yeah.
But I get watched like a hawk from everyone.
Yeah.
Every
No, I don't
single
need any
person and their
advice in
mother
that department. That's just
watches
one of those things. I kind of can't automate that. I just have to run that
I
myself.
get it.
So
Everyone and their mother in the real estate wholesaling industry watches what I do and tries to copy it because I give the best information for free, and then they put it and sell it. I don't really care.
yeah.
You're talking about a method that Rickon did in 2003. Okay.
Yeah.
Look it up online. You look at every thread out there.
Oh, yeah.
Rick's been doing this 2002, 2003. I'm not going to get into this.
Yeah.
What I could tell you is 70% to 80% of your skill set. That's the honest truth. The way you got to look at it from the macro perspective is, would you rather get 70% of $3 million or 100% of $1 million? You have to ask yourself that question.
I think I remember hearing you say that in one of your other videos a while back. Yeah, it is.
And when you do that 70%, you're working 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a week, right?
Yeah.
That's the way you look. Like, that's the way I have to look at it. And you have to make that decision yourself. How do you delegate slowly? You got to find the right cold caller. You got to find the right acquisitions people. It is a process, right?
Yeah.
So the way I do it, the scaling system is always going to be doing the marketing first, delegating that.
Okay.
Delegating dispo.
Okay.
Then a follow-up lead person, like a VA, to just do lead follow-ups.
Okay.
or they'll kind of do follow-ups when it comes to like lead management to a point.
Okay.
And then lastly, acquisitions agent, and then you fully delegate yourself out of it.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that's kind of the so like what's taking up most of your time is probably marketing, right?
Yeah. I mean, from skip tracing, driving for dollars, and cold calling, that's my
So
bread and butter right now. So it's taking up most of the time, and then appointments.
so I would not appointments is the last thing you ever have to delegate. Like that's the
Yeah.
last one. So the number one thing you got to be focusing on right now is finding someone for the cold calling. I think you
Right.
end up making enough money you can pay for it, right?
Yeah.
And then everything else you kind of just start delegating it out.
Right.
And
Okay.
that's it, man.
I guess my biggest fear, since I had that one VA cold call for me and it really hurt my results, is that, my biggest issue would be I want to make sure I before I go like full force with somebody, bringing them on and really giving them big lists to call on. I kind of want to try to see what kind of results they're going to produce for me first. So it's kind of just a thing. I got to figure out a system to try to verify these individuals and make sure they're going to produce for my business before I, go all in with them. So it's just going to be a trial and error, I guess.
I mean, it, you got to keep trying because if you don't try, then you're going to be doing it all yourself.
Yeah.
You got to
So,
keep getting VAs for cold calling and training them. The
right.
best training for cold calling is cold calling with them, right? It's
Right.
training when you're training someone to delegate, you're actually working harder than without it.
Yeah.
First month. That
Yeah.
sucks. I get it, man. Like, bro, I get it. Right. So unfortunately, that's the way you got to do it. One
Yeah.
thing I would start doing, which you can start implementing now, is create training videos of you cold calling.
Okay.
Don't be like me, go with the video camera, the lives and all that. Just you behind a camera, probably the webcam. You cold calling and showing off what you do.
Right.
That's a really good training method, and then
Yeah.
just kind of talk about it because then you'll create modules. You upload it on YouTube on an unlisted thing, so no one sees it, right? Unless you give the VA a link.
Right.
And then every time a VA you have to hire a new one because there's a million VAs wanting to work.
Right.
Show them the videos. You do a little training with them. You're good. Saves
Okay.
you a lot of time.
Okay.
I got video trainings from you 3 years ago in my dorm room. I still give to the VAs because
Oh,
why
wow.
not, right? They're great. I
Yeah.
was closing deals.
I mean, if it's informative, it's informative,
I'd say don't put it on you, like don't post them publicly because then you have private addresses, things like that. But
Yeah.
they're great, man. So
Yeah.
I start implementing that, and just use that as a training module for the cold callers, just make them better.
Okay.
The last thing I do, especially when you're like delegating, is you can't blame. I hate saying it, but like you can't blame the cold caller every single time. If you're
Right.
not training them correctly or give them the right script,
Right.
from your success, you already know how to cold call. So
Yeah.
that's not an issue with you. I know a lot of people starting out do that, but start with the cold calling first, man, and then just work your way to the next thing. That's
Right.
all. It's a very slow process, but yeah.
Yeah. It's just I'm just at that point now where it's either stay stuck here or continue to grow, and the only way to grow is to delegate out those key positions, like you were saying, and it's something I want to do because I'm
That's
at that
it.
crossroad. Grow my business to the next level, or just sit here and kind of wade in the water, so to speak.
That's it.
So, but I appreciate that. I'm gonna look into getting some of that stuff going. I really feel like it's what I need to do. I'll share this story with you real quick, and then I'll hop off. I don't, in case you're ready. You're probably ready to get off here. But so a deal I'm closing in 2 weeks. It was a virtual deal that I did, probably about like 3 hours away from my house, and found the property, got it locked up. All was good. Cold called some cash buyers. So I didn't have a buyer for that area. Found a buyer. That was all good. Got it assigned, and there a couple days ago, the buyer called me and was wanting to know what one of the siblings was that resided at the property. And I told them, and they was like, well, I own a bail bonding company, and they actually owe us money for a bond they skipped out on from like 10 years ago. So I hope they know that that's coming out of their net proceeds because we actually have a lien on the property. And I'm like, how crazy is it that the stars aligned that a random deal I found, a random buyer I found, the seller actually owed the buyer money from a bond that they skipped out on. I mean, I couldn't have made that up. So,
Dude, those bail bondsman ones, I'm trying to find the video while you're talking here.
yeah.
Is this it? My secret marketing strategy. Is he talking about bail bondsmen here? We're in the Yeah, here it is. I just want to get the video for everyone, dude. I've told everyone Rick's been saying it. No one talks about this ever, man. Dude, bail bondsmen are amazing, man. Like those are great leads to be going after.
Yeah. I can't believe they didn't foreclose on the property because the bond that was skipped out on dated back to 2012, and they've had a lien on the property for like 6 years.
Dude, I bought in a house where the property's been delinquent on taxes for 6 years, and usually after year 4, it's
Yeah.
over. It's weird. Dude, the government, I'm not getting in government talk, but sometimes the government is very inept on things,
Oh, yeah.
especially local county governments.
Yep.
They mess up all the time, dude.
I'm dealing with the situation right now. I just signed the contract on the property 2 days ago that it's 3 years behind on taxes and it has code violations, but they haven't, seized the property, and it has active violations, but they haven't assessed any fines yet.
Dude,
So,
it happens all the time, man.
and it's also like a probate type situation. It's not going to have to go through full blown probate. It's going to have to do what's called a monument of title. But I got a stupid good price on the property, so I went ahead and paid the attorney fees up front for that after I got the property locked up under contract. So
Nice.
that's going to be a good one. I'm excited for that one to close.
Awesome, bro.
But like always, I appreciate all the advice and what you're doing here. It's truly has changed my life.
Appreciate it, man. It means a lot, dude.
Thanks, and
All right.
you stay blessed, Zach.
Keep it up, man. I'll tell Rick about it, but awesome, man.